the word association we have with these for our rating system is if it's greater than a 95 rating, or actually a 95 or greater, I should say, it'll be an excellent rating. If it's a 90 to a 95, it's a great rating. 80 to a 90, it's a good rating. 70 to an 80, it's acceptable. 60 to a 70, it's disappointing. And less than 60, avoid at all costs. Excellent, obviously, are the top-notch products. These are the ones, if we recommend it, or if it's rated at a 95, that's really what we're saying. This is one of the best on the market. Deeply consider it. Great, 90 to a 95. These are products that will, for the most part, work excellent for any system, or are really highly rated products overall, and they normally will fit a good price to performance point. Good products we recommend for the mainstream everyday users. These are the ones you want to look at first, and then if you need additional features, maybe look at great or excellent products. And acceptable are products for the mid-range or the lower end systems, and if you buy them, you shouldn't worry about them. They'll be good products for the most part. Not going to have problems with them. These are in the 70s range. You shouldn't go out and buy a new product just because it's not a great product by our rating system. But maybe if you're building a new system or looking into upgrading, consider a different product. That's all it is saying. The 60 to 70 range, disappointing. Really avoid those products if you can, unless it has a specific feature that you need. Good example of this would be the last power supply we went over. We didn't do the rating for that, and I'll give you an example of how we would rate it, not in depth at all, but it comes out to be about a 76. Now that's a little higher, obviously, than a disappointing mark. That's the acceptable range, but that particular model was a niche model. It was great for lower end systems or systems that required a specific size rating for your power supply. You needed a specific power supply to fit into your chassis. So that's something to consider, and that's what we recommend for acceptable and disappointing products. Only place we really recommend for disappointing products. Otherwise, avoid the disappointing products. And then the avoid at all costs products below 60. Really, unless it's something that you absolutely want to buy or you really want to support that company, please save yourself the headache. Put your money elsewhere. It's really not worth your time. There are probably exceptions to this, but again, take this all with a grain of salt. Now, the last thing I'd like to go over is an example rating for a product, and we'll go over the product we did last week, the Athena Power 250 watt power supply. Understand, I didn't actually benchmark the Athena Power 250. I've used it for a while, and I do have some experience with it. But normally, when we do rating systems, such as the next review we'll do, which should be on an Antec 500, which we'll do to, or maybe it was an Antec 450 Basic, I think it was. We'll do that to counter the Athena, because it's in a similar price bracket and everything. But the Athena Power, we haven't gone over and done voltage checks. We haven't gone back and checked a lot of its features and really analyzed it. So keep that in mind when you consider this review. But as far as performance goes, does it meet the basic standards for something in a $25, ATX standard power supply? Yes. So out of the 35, we'll give it the 30. Again, take it with a grain of salt. It won't 100% always post the 250 that it's specified at as continuous. So normally, would we have rated it at exactly 20 or 30? No. But in this case, so we'll give it a little bit down. We'll rate it down to 28. All right. Then we'll go to reliability. Now, the reliability is how stable the voltages are, how often they fail, this sort of thing. How well does the overvoltage protection work? Again, this is not a high-quality power supply for something in that price bracket. Does it meet the expectations? Somewhat, but not 100%. So we decided to give it a rating of, 17? And this is out of 25, so it's a little bit below our expectations here in the reliability. It only has a 1-year warranty. Athena Power doesn't really have a great support line. Not that they're a bad company, they're not 100% there, and it's partially because you're paying a lot less than these other companies that will give you better support, and the reliability of the product is just on par for something in that price range. So keep that in mind. So performance, we're at a 28. Reliability, we're at a 17. The heat, noise, and noise, we have, it doesn't produce a lot of heat, so we give full credit there. Electromagnetic noise, though. These products aren't known to be very well shielded, so they do create a little bit of EMI. Again, we haven't analyzed this in depth, and that's something we can't analyze in depth, so we won't take off a lot there. We took off maybe a point. And then the regular noise, this is not a quiet power supply. Even though it doesn't, create a lot of heat, it is a little bit noisier. So we gave it an overall rating out of, out of 15. Yep, we gave it 11. Next, we have the features. This has the bare minimum. That's basically all there is to it. It does have them. They do work. 10 out of 15. That's the -5 difference. There you go. We also gave it an extra credit, though. We gave it full 5 points extra credit because it's such a compact design, and this is a great example of where extra credit comes into play. But it's such a compact design, has a generic faceplate, it'll fit in almost any case, and it'll definitely have the basic requirements to work in simple systems. So that makes it a very good niche product, and will raise its overall rating. This brings its rating to, I believe, 76, and that places it in the acceptable range. This is something you should consider, but since it has extra credit, you should definitely consider it only if you need it for that niche. There are probably other products in the acceptable or even in the good or even acceptable range that may be better to suit your needs, unless you need something that's specifically that small or generic, so it'll fit in your case. This is just an example of how the rating system will work. Please give us as much feedback as possible. I want to know what your thoughts are on this rating system. Can we improve it? Probably yes, but will it work? Will it suffice? Is it simple to understand? And any other feedback or questions you may have. As usual, check out our channel and subscribe if these are useful videos to you. Thank you for watching. We'll post links this way up in the description bar. Take it easy.